Welcome back, everybody. Well, today we are celebrating pre-4th of July with Lindita of Lindita Salsa. Okay, Lindita, you're a chef.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of Giada De Laurentiis.
Yes.
You're
yes,
a fan of hers, too.
Yes, who isn't?
Yeah, she's really cool. Well, we got to talk to her, and she told us all about this new show. And watching a chef like Giada on TV, it's obvious she knows how to navigate a kitchen. That's by design, and some lucky people will get the chance to have Giada design their kitchen. Imagine that.
Get out.
Yeah, it's
How do I
super
do
cool.
this?
Watch this. She's going to tell you how, and she is also going to talk about her Prime Video series, Giada in My Kitchen. Oh my goodness, it is the one and only Giada De Laurentiis. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's so cool to be chatting with you. I first want to start off with an interesting TV question, right? Because most of our kitchens are like galley kitchens, the long layouts to be able to do TV stuff and camera work. Do you think that's a good design, though?
Well, I've never worked in galley. I mean, I've worked in galley kitchens on boats, but I would say that whenever I shot my shows, we worked in an actual real kitchen. So it felt like it had the proper ceilings, the right space, and to me that feels really homey. But honestly, the kitchen doesn't have to be very big. It can really be any size. It's whether or not how you move in the space, right? So I'm a little person. I don't want to run across a whole huge kitchen to get to what I need. So actually, I like a smaller, tighter knit kitchen. The problem with the galley kitchen is just, sometimes you're moving too far to the right or too far to the left. But otherwise,
Yeah.
I love small kitchens.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be functional for me, right? A lot of us are not very organized in the kitchen. You hear a lot
And
of
that's a
people say
key.
it all the time.
That's a key.
Well,
Getting organized is really important. Really, really important. It makes the flow. It's like a ballet that happens in the kitchen if you're totally organized.
Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to work on that now that you have told me. It's coming from the expert, everybody. Well, let's get into the show, Giada in My Kitchen. I mean, you've done so much from all your amazing cookbooks, TV, now this new show. What can viewers expect?
Well, I think it's sort of a fun transition. I've done so much food in the kitchen. I've worked in so many kitchens and cooked in a lot of kitchens. And so I feel like, going into the lifestyle space of remodeling people's kitchens and giving them their dream sort of inspirational kitchen where they can kind of blossom and come to life is a wonderful way to give back. And for me, it feels so good. And I love design. I always have. I rebuilt my house. And so I learned so many little tricks and tips that I think it's really fun to be able to share them with people who love food the way I do.
Absolutely. What do you think is one element in a kitchen as a designer that is like a must-have for you?
Well, for me, I really love a nice island to work on, and I love to have the stove right behind me so that I can chop, turn, and land the food right in the pot or the pan. So I love that kind of movement. I also love having a fridge and an oven within a few steps of where I'm going. So I don't have to go all the way around the island to get to those particular, types of equipment. So I love the workplace, turnaround, and the stove was right behind me.
And see, that makes perfect sense. Well, with this new show, what do you think was the most rewarding for you about the show and the people you got to meet?
Well, I think for me, the most rewarding thing is learning about somebody else's passion, how they get inspired, their culture. Michael and Whitney, Michael has so much depth in the Hispanic culture, and I learned a lot about different ingredients I didn't know about, a dish I had almost never eaten before. He took me to a special market that he loved, that he gets all of his. I think for me, it just expands my breadth and understanding of other foods and cultures. And I think when you do what I do for so long, you kind of get stuck a little bit in your own bubble. And so it's really wonderful to kind of be able to step outside of it. And then honestly, just the reactions, just that pure joy of giving somebody else that gift, because they spent a lot of time in their kitchen, and those memories, those children will remember forever. And so to me, being part of that is, that's what life's about.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think a kitchen is the heart of a home, right? Which, without giving too much away, what was most challenging for you, or like the most challenging kitchen you had to work with?
Well, I think for me, the challenge is to really make the kitchen feel like a part of the home, not you remodel one section and everything else kind of goes to hell, right? So it's really incorporating what the house is and the style of the house. You know, Michael and Whitney's house was a Spanish house. And he was very deeply ingrained in his Spanish heritage. And so how do we incorporate all of that in this tiny little space and give it its own personality? And so I think that's where Eric really helped me a ton.
Okay, and I have one more question for you. What is your top tip that we could all put into action in our own kitchens?
Well, I think a great knife is a really great way to start your cooking journey. A really nice chef's knife that feels good in your hand, that is nice and sharp. That would be number one. And number two, if you want to revamp your kitchen and do it without remodeling everything and do it pretty much inexpensively, I would say just repaint your cabinets or change all of the fixtures in your kitchen. And that will brighten up the space and give it a whole new sort of life.
Okay, great tips, Giada in my kitchen. Can't wait to see this. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Watch the new series from celebrity chef Giada De Laurentiis, Giada in My Kitchen. It's streaming now on Prime Video.